move on to the Bestiary. The first one we're going to go through is the Orthrus, and this is one of the puppies that Volk was fighting in the arena, and their magic is really physical strength and nothing else. So they gain extra endurance. They don't need very much sleep. It's tier 2, so it's a slightly lower tier, and their trial of worth really comes from defending animals. So it is another physical strength-based one that you could almost train for, at least knowing, hey, I'm going to have to protect animals, so you have an idea of what's coming. Their reproduction is progeny-based, explicitly mentioned near red cattle, so it sounds like that is their animal of choice to defend. And we don't know much about their evocation, their manipulation, but their augmentation, again, is physical strength related, extra strength, extra endurance. And their passive ability is pretty cool. They're actually immune to mind-affecting powers. And we do get some insight into their true form. It's called a virtue true form, and it's obtained by arcanists who exemplify fealty. And their puppy becomes a bipedal and muscular, much like the Minotaur, and it's capable of brute strength far beyond its size.
There's a Barghest. It is a tier 2 mystical creature. It has entropic touch that kills living matter, and how that can cause deafness the older it gets. Its trial of worth is finding something that's lost. I wonder, is it the same thing that gets lost, or is this something that is randomly lost?
It almost feels like they would have to find something first and then almost challenge the person to go and find it.
Right, obviously, they need to know what's lost.
They need to know that something is lost. They're just out there hey, some kid lost something in the forest. Go see if you can find something.
I found a rock. It was lost. Their reproduction is fable. They are born from mutilated bodies buried in mountaintops. Pretty solid there. Their evocation, manipulation, augmentation doesn't really say anything, but we can kind of infer their evocation is that they can impact hearing due to their howls, impacting deafness. And their manipulation would be at the entropy. We don't know pretty much anything else about it as far as passive abilities or aura goes. But we do know that it does have a true form, which is a virtue. And it turns into a dog made out of dead parts of other dogs. And it's often the size of a horse, perhaps larger. And it's capable of foretelling the likely death of an individual by touching them. And this is typically obtained by arcanists who revel in the death of lesser creatures. So psychopaths.
Not pretty.
Maybe this is what's lost. They lost their empathy.
Lost their sanity.
Yeah, and that concludes this week's Bestiary section. Again, we have quite a lot of other mystical creatures we're going to go over. Got grifter crows, shamroshes, stone golems, the okabogo, or however we say that again. We'll cover those later on in a section where we don't have many other mystical creatures in, so we'll keep them on the back burner for later. We do want to thank everybody for listening today. We also want everybody to remember that we do post a new episode every Wednesday morning around 11 Eastern Standard, which would be 8 o'clock Pacific Standard in the morning. We are on all podcasting platforms and YouTube Music as well, and Google Podcasts, Podbean, all that good stuff. We're on YouTube as well for video, so if you guys want to watch the video rather than listen to it, our editor, Dan, he does a really good job with adding pictures of things, links to all of the different websites that we use. He does make it quite entertaining to watch it as well. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Gmail at frithguildpod@gmail.com, or on Facebook or pretty much any other social media at Frith Guild Podcast. And we do also want to thank the Frith Chronicles Wiki as well, again, because they're such a great resource. I know once the Bestiary is released, a lot of information is going to be updated. Everything is linked down below in the description section for both podcasts and YouTube. And again, 2 weeks, the second book in the Crown Tournament series will be coming out. It's titled Crown Tournament 2. And Scott, did you have anything else you'd like to add today?
Just excited to see some more tourney bouts.
Yeah, I think next section we get another couple chapters of tournament. So super excited for that. And all right, stay tuned and we'll talk to you next time.